Hello everyone, I am Juanica, also known as Miss Astrology, and in this video we are going to talk about Mars and Jupiter conjuncting in the sign of Gemini. And before we do, please make sure you get my newsletter. Cosmicallylit.com is my website. Sign up and get my newsletter because me and social media fight sometimes and they block me and kick me out of all my platforms. And so the best way for you to stay in touch and get the astrological insights from me is with the newsletter, cosmicallylit.com. I promise I don't send very many, but there are some important things that I think you should know, like Mars and Jupiter conjuncting, and I like to send some insight for those. So make sure you get my newsletter and let's talk about it. So from August the 5th, August the 14th, Mars and Jupiter are conjunct. Now, Mars has been in the sign of Gemini already for a couple of weeks and will be here until September 4th. And so Mars stays in a sign for about 2 months, and it takes it about 2 years to get around the entire zodiac. And so Mars does not make a conjunction or a kiss or like a direct contact, not direct contact, right? Because they're on different paths, but an alignment with Jupiter, except for once every 2 years. And here's the thing, Mars is the warrior of the zodiac. It's the fighter. It is the ram. It rules Aries. It is fearless. It is always looking for something to overcome and to conquer and to defeat, even if there's not a fight, right? So Mars really likes to fight. It's the aggressive part of all of us. It's where we will stand up and fight, where we will defend ourselves. And when Mars gets together in a conjunction with Jupiter, it could be a lot because Jupiter is an expander. It's the biggest planet in our solar system, and it just brings abundance, expansion, higher perspective, higher knowledge. It just brings a lot to it'll bless anything, good or bad. Now, with Jupiter being in the sign of Gemini, it doesn't really like to be there. Gemini is more of a planet that likes details, likes to move fast, likes to this and that. It likes a little bit of this. Gemini is the sign that's a jack of all trades, but a master of none. And so it's like, okay, Jupiter's not really comfortable being here because it's like, what do I expand? There's a lot of little things, and it's hard for me to make this into something really big because there's a lot of little things, to where Gemini likes all the little things. It's ruled by Mercury. Mercury's like, I could take all these little things and work with them every day and create something, to where Jupiter's looking for something a little bit more long term and that it can expand on a bigger level. Well, here's the thing. When you get Mars in a sign, okay, what does Gemini rule? Our mouth, our tongue more so, but not our tongue and our taste, our tongue and our words we speak. It rules our brain. It's ruled by Mercury, so it is what we speak. It is what we, how we think, how we perceive information. Gemini also rules the shoulders, the arms, and the hands. And so this could very much be fighting, quite honestly. Gemini can be a gossipy kind of sign, and with it not having any planets that it gets along with in its sign, and Mercury, which is its ruler, is in Virgo, and that makes a square to Gemini, or tense energy, and Mercury is retrograde. It's like, okay, Mars is here stirring up stuff with its words, with this. It's just like, it's like somebody talking and expressing themselves, and even though what they're saying is probably they're expressing that they're displeased, that they're not happy about something, the fact that they're using their hands to express themselves is making this situation a million times worse, okay? And so that is what this energy is about. What we are likely to see is just a lot of things getting blown out of proportion. A lot of small words turning into big arguments. A lot of small movements turning into big accidents. Mars can be so aggressive that it can oftentimes be clumsy. Gemini is kind of clumsy. This is a small step turning into a big break or like a big cut or something like that. This is very much, be careful how you move. Be careful how you speak. Be careful with your hands and in all the ways. Do not allow yourself to be triggered. And you want to watch the Mercury retrograde video because there can be some triggering that happens, right? Don't allow yourself to be triggered in thought even if you're triggering yourself or allowing other people to trigger you, don't allow yourself to get combative and go back and forth with somebody, because it just has all the potential to get completely blown out of proportion and just expanded to be a complete misunderstanding that gets absolutely blown up into a big deal, and it really wasn't that big of a deal. This is a potential for small things to turn into big fights, for small trips to turn into big deals, big car issues, quite honestly. So this is very much proceed with caution, and this is just about, although Mars will stay in the side of Gemini until September 4th, it won't be really super strong like that until the 4th. I would say maybe about till the 20th, the 21st or so. This energy will be super intense, but it's just really important to not let small things turn into big things, not to let little disagreements turn into big full-on fights, not to let little missteps turn into big accidents or even big injuries. This is not necessarily the time to have what would be considered a small procedure, because it could turn into something a lot bigger. So just be mindful of that. And you would likely do best to really channel your energy in a way that is journaling or writing or playing an instrument, using your hands in a way that is allows you to just release. A lot of people like, again, writing. This, I don't know why this sounds so crazy to me, but this is one way that I tend to feel better, is washing dishes or wiping counters down, just anything where you're able to use your hand. For some, this could be a drive by yourself, listening to music where you're able to kind of focus your mind. Yoga is always great. Breath work is always great for any of this kind of energy. So just being aware is one of the most important things and one of the best benefits to understanding astrology. So I hope this makes you aware of how to flow with this energy. And until next time, peace.